Although AI cameras aren't always dependable, having someone observe a location all the time is expensive and seems unwelcome. Deep Sentinel integrates both strategies for this reason. When their smart cameras detect unusual activity, they notify a human operator so they may scare off intruders with the speaker. It's easy to use and efficient, and the operator will call the police when necessary, but not all the time. This device is incredibly fast. In just 30 seconds, it can detect and foil a robbery or kidnapping attempt. It's also quite simple to set up. All you have to do is install the cameras, link them to a wireless hub, and configure everything using an app. The entire procedure only takes approximately 30 minutes. In the interim, APS has expanded the variety of safety sensors in its inventory. They now provide infrared sensors in addition to their standard microwave sensors, and some that combine the two. Consider the MW110, an infrared photoelectric sensor with a maximum range of 110 meters. Because it remains unaffected by rain, fog, or frost, it's ideal for seeing large areas. Alternatively, there is the traditional microwave sensor MW210, which combines the sender and reception components into a single unit. Up to 15 meters can be protected by this one. The MW310 is also very cool. It can detect changes in the area it's monitoring in terms of temperature as well as movement, forming a sort of microwave wall. Each MW310 is capable of monitoring an area up to 11 meters wide. Consider the lawn of your dreams to be your home. But suddenly, as if your lawn were a Disney princess, every dog, cat, squirrel, and other animal in the neighborhood is running toward it. Let the yard enforcer chase them away while you unwind. Using just 2 cups of water per shot, this system uses an infrared sensor to track intruders and then blasts water at them from an 11-meter distance. For AA batteries provides 7,500 on-off cycles for the sprinkler. The sprinkler can be set to run all day, all night, or just during the day. Additionally, the yard enforcer is appropriate for watering lawns due to its adjustable jet intensity. Without batteries, the sprinkler costs $85. Pepper spray, or capsicum oil resin, stings like mad when it comes into contact with your skin. And you'll cry more than you did at the conclusion of Titanic if it gets in your eyes. We are at the Less Lethal Concepts factory, a manufacturer of protection items based on pepper. These folks install their systems in unexpected locations, such as under car doors or gate posts. The enemy won't know where they were hit. Coughing and tears are only the beginning of their problems. This pepper extract can occasionally produce eyelid spasms and make breathing difficult. Oh no! And it also functions on dogs. By now, criminals may be accustomed to laser systems and pepper spray, but what about a minefield? They most likely don't think about that. But don't worry, everything is lawful. We are referring to home defense-oriented paintball and airsoft equipment. Use the PBM-22C as an illustration. This .68 caliber mine is reusable and can blow out 60 bowls at once, covering an area of roughly 14 square meters. One is available for $167. Would you want something with a little more pizzazz?
2, 1.
Check out Enemy. This bad boy not only spots movement within 5 meters, it also jumps up to spread those balls even further. The Enemy will set you back $106. Books, TV shows, and video games tell us bad guys love darkness, but get this. Some experts looked at 14 years of crime data from England and Wales and found no link between street lights and crime rates. This could save governments some cash, as the UK alone once spent $380 million on street lights in just a year. But if you're worried about your own place, check out the Startle 360 light. First off, it uses up to 75% less power than a regular street light. Plus, it's tough enough to handle small bullets. But the best thing is that it only turns on when it spots movement, hitting would-be thieves with a surprise blast of 9,600 lumens that'll probably send them running. You can grab one of these for $299. Look at this thin see-through film. You'd think they couldn't stop much, right? Maybe just a not-so-bright cat, but check this out. In this video, a guy is going at them with a hammer, a machete, and even a pickaxe, and then not breaking. How come? They're made of Lexan polycarbonate. It's the same material used for police shields and planes. Put a few of these in your window, and you've got a simple, but super tough barrier against burglars. But there's more to it. It's hard to see in the video, but along the edges of each sheet, there are slots for alarm system wires. And here's another plus, the makers didn't go crazy with the price. You can get a set of 6 sheets, each a meter long, for $95. Check out how Ornamental Security tests their doors. These guys don't just know their stuff, they've also done their homework on how burglars operate. For example, they know the lock's usually the first thing a thief goes for. That's why they put a 6.4mm thick steel plate right there. They also use the special polycarbonate glass that's 20 times tougher than the regular stuff. Plus, it's a bit flexible, so it can take a hit better. Every door Ornamental Security makes is custom built to fit each house just right. Of course, all this fancy security doesn't come cheap. You're looking at about $1,300 for a door. We're down in Somerset, southwest England. This is Cheddar Village, birthplace of that famous cheese. Around here farming is a big deal, with people working and living on pretty sizable chunks of land. So they've got to think about keeping safe and making things easy for visitors. West Country Tech helped one local client sort out both issues in one go. Now, when someone shows up at the gate, they'll see a fancy camera intercom, so the owner can see and chat with them. The sound and picture show up on the screens in the house. And get this, if you need to, you can check who's there and open or close the gate using your phone, even if you're on the other side of the planet. You can't steal what you can't see. That's how they pitched the Zero Vision system. Did a burglar break into your house? In 45 seconds, the whole place gets filled with fog. Don't worry, it's safe for people and pets, but it'll sure make it hard for the thief to find their way out. The setup's wireless, and one unit can fog up to 100 square meters. But what if someone's just heading to the kitchen for a midnight snack? You don't want them walking into a horror movie, right? Well, they've thought of that. The system comes with cameras and motion detectors, and there's an operator watching everything. If things look sketchy, they'll hit the fog button themselves. Usually this whole process takes about 30 seconds. If things get really serious, the operator can call in a security team to show up with the cops. Ever heard of City 17? It's a city from the Half-Life games. In the game, drones watch over everything. But guess what? Real life's caught up to that sci-fi stuff. These days little drones are keeping an eye on all sorts of places. These drones are called Tando, and when they're not buzzing around, they just hang out on the ceiling, on their special charging tiles. When it's go time, these little guys have regular and heat-sensing cameras, giving them a full 360 degrees view of rooms and hallways. All that info gets sent to the cloud equipped with AI. It's not just for catching burglars, it can spot stuff like fires or leaks and give the operator a heads up. The company who made this reckons it'll be cheaper than hiring human guards. So, are we looking at another job that will be taken over by machines? Do you remember the movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith? Those spies had a ton of secret spots for their weapons. Believe it or not, now anyone can contact Tactical Walls and set up something similar in their house. How about this clock with a hidden section measuring 25 by 36 centimeters? It can fit a knife, a pistol, a taser, and more. You can open the stash by pressing the clock near the number 12. This hiding spot will cost you at least $130, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. The Tactical Walls team is super creative, and has made mirrors, shelves, and even napkin holders with hidden compartments. And don't forget, in the US alone, there are about 8,000 home invasions every year, so having something like this could come in handy. Keep you and your loved ones safe from intruders, says Lancer Tactical. This pistol is ideal for Tactical Walls' secret compartments, as it's only 18 centimeters long. Plus, it's a non-lethal air pistol that can protect you from bad guys. The Hornet shoots paintballs, rubber balls, and pepper balls. To improve accuracy, the makers added a Picatinny rail for a tactical light. The Hornet has an effective range of 30 meters, and can hold 4 balls in its magazine. You can get this pistol for $170. Joe Curran was in the U.S. Army, and worked both as a firearms trainer and a deputy sheriff. Later, he used his experience to make protective gear. Curran's company Bullet Blocker created the first bulletproof backpack for students. The reason is that he has 2 children, and after the terrible events at Virginia Tech, he was really worried about their safety. Now, Bullet Blocker backpacks are protecting students all over the United States. These backpacks have passed tests to meet NIJ 3A standards, using 357 Magnum, 44 Magnum, 9mm, 45 and other bullets. The backpack will cost you $200. Bullet Blocker also makes bags, folders, and other items. For instance, the protective panel lay offer has been tested with 45 ACP bullets from 1.5 meters away. And their folding shield can be carried like a bag, and quickly opens to 150 by 81 centimeters in dangerous situations. Creators of Face know how to grab people's attention. Their Kickstarter page shows a picture of a house on fire with the words, "We have a wildfire problem. What if this was my home? What if I lost everything in a pile of ash?" They also share some stats. In just 3 years, fires have burned over 3 million hectares in California, and destroyed almost 50,000 buildings. That's where Face comes in. It's made up of sprinkler heads that are placed around the perimeter, and in case of a fire automatically sprays fire extinguishing chemical within a 1.5 meters radius. This way, Face creates a barrier to stop the fire from spreading. Plus, they can be installed inside rooms. You can get 1 unit on Kickstarter for $99. Theft Stopper is a simple solution and a great complement to a conventional alarm system. It's mounted on the door, and flashes when opened. In addition, it beeps at 105 decibels, at the level of a motorcycle or a drill. The alarm can sound for 30 seconds, 3 minutes, or until the arrival of the guard who will manually turn off the alarm. This solution costs $82 and adapts to almost any door, regardless of whether it opens upwards, downwards, to the left or to the right. In 2016, Mayers McCarville came back from a work trip to find his motorcycle gone. It was a 1972 Harley-Davidson. What a bummer. The police took on the case, but there wasn't much progress. You won't believe it, but 4 years later, the bike showed up in the same spot it was taken from. Sadly, not all theft stories have a happy ending. That's why the Zycam team created the Garage Defender system for motorcycle owners. This system stopped car thieves from opening the garage door, and also protects against attempts to bend or remove the metal curtains from their tracks. Since it's only 9 mm tall, it won't get in the way when you're leaving the garage on your motorcycle. The Garage Defender costs around $152. The phrase "home sweet home" has a new meaning for people who take home security to the next level with this key safe. Built to meet police standards and the LPS 1175 security rating, it's pretty tough. But, just how tough? Well, it's meant to hold up even if bad guys know what they're up against and come at it with crowbars, sledgehammers, drills, and power saws. The inside isn't huge, you can fit maybe 3 big keys at most. But, those keys will be tucked away behind a solid 18 mm thick door, and guarded by a code that's 4 to 8 numbers long. Plus, the safe comes with 4 sturdy bolts to mount it, each one 5 mm wide and 50 mm long. Big, strong fences can catch the eye of cats, birds, and other unwanted visitors. That's why many companies sell spikes to keep trespassers away. The spikes can be made of plastic or metal, have dull or sharp ends, and come in different types for liquid or solid nails. There are lots of choices. One company even offers the longest spike strips you can find. They are 50 centimeters long, and can be divided lengthwise into 3 pieces. Meanwhile, the Yesin company has created spikes with a special shape that makes it almost impossible to climb without getting hurt. Lumar Films is used to safeguard windows all over the world. It's so strong that the glass won't break into sharp pieces, even if it's hit by debris like gravel, roof tiles, and sheet metal thrown by winds at 30 meters per second. Plus, the super strong polyester protects against attacks with bats and crowbars, giving people inside more time to get away. The film is attached with a special glue, so the window looks regular. Lumar also blocks up to 99% of UV rays, making it a great choice for storefronts to prevent goods from fading.